right, you guys ready for today's adventure?
Yep, looks like a great day for it.
Absolutely, let's go.
Sweet deal, let's head on out there.
It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow, the rainbow. It's calling me, like the rainbow, It's calling me, like the rainbow, I can't control
What is up, everybody? I'm so stoked to be back here again with another video for you guys. I share all about this new Talkie radio system by SENA. And I don't know about you guys, but there have been many times where I've gone paddling with friends or family on the water, and it's been really hard to communicate with them because they're too far away from me on the water. Maybe they're still within shouting distance, but having to yell super loud to try to communicate clearly with those people. Or maybe they're even without a distance of shouting and they're too far away and I can't even reach them. And this is where this new Talkie radio system has been a game changer. Since I've been testing this out, it's been made that side of paddling so much easier as I'm able to communicate clearly with those I'm paddling with in the water, make sure we're staying safe, and also have good conversations while enjoying our time on the water together. So with that being said, I want to first start off talking just a little bit about how these radio systems work, how user-friendly they are, and just how easy they are to use in general. So much so that even my 3-year-old daughter has been able to use these with ease and has no problem making it work. One of the best features I like about these new Talkie radio systems in comparison to other VHF radios is that these are a hands-off radio system. And what I mean by that is all you have to do is have this on your body close to your face and just talk. It'll automatically pick up your voice and transmit that to the other radios with the people you're paddling with on the water. So that in and by itself is a super cool feature, and probably the best feature about this radio system is that it is so easy to use that all you have to do is simply talk, picks up your voice, transmit it, and those around you can hear you clearly and understand what you're saying. So that by itself, in and by itself, is a super cool feature about this new radio system. So now let's dive into some key details and features about this new radio system and what it's all about. So the first key detail about these new Talkie radios is that they are IPX7 waterproof. And basically what that means is that they can be submerged up to 1 meter of water for 30 minutes. And when I tested out this feature of these radios by dunking in water to see if it still worked afterwards, I also did not know these radios also float. So you don't even need an extra floaty for these things in case you're afraid of dropping it, as if you drop this in the water, it'll automatically come back to the surface again and easy for you to spot and find. So not only is it waterproof and have great water protection, but it also floats, which is another great detail about this new Talkie radio. The next key detail is that these radios have a range of up to 0.4 miles or 600 meters. Now I did put this range to the test with my friends when I paddled them the other day on the water, so stay tuned for that part of today's video as we test the actual real world range of these on the water and if they can actually reach up to that distance or not. The next detail about these radios is that they also offer wireless firmware updates. So to do that, all you have to do is simply open up your app, click on the firmware update, and automatically update your radio system to the newest firmware updates. These radios also have a charge time of up to 2.5 hours to be fully charged from a dead battery. And when the battery is fully charged, it will last up to 6 hours of talk time on the water, which is absolutely incredible. And then another great detail or feature about these radios is they also have noise canceling technology built into the microphone. So even when you're paddling on windy days on the water or paddling around a noisy environment, for example, with paddleboarding, we make a lot of noise sometimes with our paddles splashing and chopping the water or things like that. But it does a really good job of canceling out all that background noise and bringing your voice clearly through the radio system to the people you're around on the water. Now we did test these radios out on a calm day on the water, so we weren't really around a noisy environment or a windy environment. But my wife, for example, just tried blowing into the mic, and when she was a good distance from the mic and blowing directly at it, the mic did not pick up her voice, or sorry, her breath by trying to blow into the mic. And it only picked it up when she got super close to the mic, blowing directly on it, that the mic began to slowly pick up the blowing noise she was making at the mic. So overall, the noise cancellation does a really good job of canceling out all that background noise when you're trying to talk on these radio systems. And then the last detail that I want to mention that really separates this radio system apart from other radio systems is that this radio comes with a variety of mounts and attachment points that it be connected to. For example, one of the mounts that it comes with is this one right here, which can be attached to handlebars on a bike, or for us as paddlers, to be attached to our paddle shaft. And in the middle part here, there's like a rubber part to it, so it gets a really good grip on your paddle shaft. It does not slide up and down as you're paddling on the water. To connect this radio system to these mounts, it's super easy to do. All you have to do is line up these two pins right here, slide it to where it gets snug, and then you push really hard, and it clicks right in there, and it's super snug in there. It's definitely not going to come out when you're paddling on the water, and you can rest assured that it will not fall off. So that's really handy to know as paddleboarders, that we're not going to lose these radios while paddling on the water. Another mount that it'll come with when you purchase one is a shoulder strap, so you can connect to our shoulder right here and have it pretty close to your face still for clear communication. Another one I liked using too when I tested it out is just a lanyard right here, so you can put it over your head. It also can adjust to how wide or how big you want that loop to be, which is nice. And once again, clips on the front right here, super easy to do. You can also do another mount for even just this carabiner clip right here, so you can clip it to a jacket that you're wearing, or a vest, or even just on the side of your belt or something. So nice to have that attachment point to attach it to a variety of things that are on your body as well. And then it does come with one more strap right here that you can attach it to other handlebars or mounts as well. It's more versatile to use to connect it to other points you may want to connect it to. So now let's talk a bit about how to use these radios. And as I said at the beginning of this video, these things are very user-friendly and easy to use. When you're ready to turn one on, all you have to do is simply hold the center button on top down for a few seconds, and it'll turn right on.
Hello, battery level is high. Channel 1.
Then once that is done, it's turned on and ready to go. And all you have to do is wait for your friends to turn their on. And as soon as you guys start talking, you'll start transmitting your voice to one another, and you're good to go. If you want to adjust the volume of how loud you're hearing the voices come through on your radio, all you have to do is simply use the plus and minus button on top of these radios, and it'll adjust them how loud the volume comes through your radio system. If you're ready to stop transmitting your voice with those you're paddling with on the water, all you have to do is simply tap the center button once.
Mic off.
It'll turn your mic off and stop transmitting your voice. Then once you're ready to start talking again, you simply press that button once again.
Mic on.
Turns it back on, and you're ready to start transmitting your voice with those you're with on the water all over again. So super simple to use, very user-friendly, and there's really no way that can be very complicated. So I really enjoy that part about this radio system, is that there's not a ton of buttons on here that they like be looking around at, trying to fumble with. It's just very straightforward, very easy to use, and as I said, just hands-off system. So all you do is simply talk, enjoy time with your friends on the water, and simply enjoy being outside. So that is a great feature about this radio systems, that they are so simplistic and easy to use. Another great feature I love about these radio systems is that they can also be connected to Bluetooth headsets. So for example, when I tested this out the other day, I connected my headset to this thing, and I could hear the voices come through my headset, and then I simply used this radio system as a mic to transmit my voice still to the other radios around me. So that's really nice to use, because maybe if you're paddling on a windier day and you want to hear the voices around you more clearly through the radio system, you can use like waterproof headsets on your head, and as a Bluetooth system connected to your radio system here, and be able to hear more clearly the voices coming through your headset, and then using this just as a mic to transmit your voice. So a really cool feature, something that I also really love about this radio system. So with all that being said, let's now head out onto the water where you can get my first impressions of using these new Talkie radios. All right, we are out here at Lake Tapps today to do some testing on these Talkie radios, and I have some great helpers out here with me today. I have my beautiful wife here, Sarah, with me, as well as my friend Jay. and they're gonna help me go out here and test these radios, as I obviously cannot do it all by myself. So today we're basically testing out a few things for these radios. We want to see just how well they work, how easy they are to use. We want to see just what the range is for these radios on the water, as well as are they actually waterproof, and how well you can hear out of these radios while we're paddling on the water. So should be a great day for it, nice and calm out there. So we're gonna get things packed up here and head out on the water. How you doing over there, Sarah?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's crazy seeing all the way up there, but still hearing you clearly back here.
Oh, it's nice, especially because we go at 2 different paces.
But I say so far for the ease of use, it's pretty easy hands off. It's nice that you can just talk and know your voice is coming through versus having to stop and push a button to talk, which is kind of nice. What do you guys think?
I agree. You don't have to think about it. Don't have to push a button. Don't have to stop paddling.
Can you hear it if I have it down here?
Yeah, you can hear just fine. Hey Jay, try talking like directly into the mic on your arm.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, yours is a little bit more glitchy in comparison to Sarah's. Hers is really clear, but yours is a little more choppy.
All right, pulling it a little closer. Rotate it on the arm a little bit. That any better?
Oh, that's better actually. How's my voice coming through for you guys? Can you understand it fairly clearly?
Pretty clearly, 95% of the time.
Just a randomly glitch. Like you said, 95% of the time it's fine. But I don't know if that's time moving or if it's just since, I don't know. But it's a beautiful day for camping. I'm okay with it.
It's gorgeous out here.
Yeah, I can't believe that it's November.
I know.
Okay. See, right here with both of you, it's getting glitchy.
Okay, I can still hear you enough to understand, but you're right, it's a little bit more, not quite as clear anymore.
This is handy though.
Yeah, it is nice. It's way better than having to yell across the water trying to get your attention.
Yeah, no kidding. And then for instance, like, this would have really hit me in Mexico. I was on the beach with a girl, we're off paddling. That would be really nice.
Yeah, that's another good point. It would be handy for spouses where one spouse paddles and one doesn't, to still be able to get a hold of your spouse on the water. It's kind of nice too, even though there's noise going on around us with our paddles and stuff, the mic's not picking up too much of that. It does a little bit, but for the most part, it's only pulling the voices through and not the sounds of our paddle. But granted, it's also a calm, flat day with no wind or chop.
I was wondering how the wind will affect it.
Yeah, I do wonder if the wind would pick up in the mic or not.
Okay, this is me stimulating wind noise.
It's not too bad. I mean, only when you're close to the mic do you hear it. A little bit of breeze now. Hear you?
So I mean like the wind and the
Oh no, I don't hear it in the mic, which is nice.
Yeah, I was wondering how that would work.
Yeah. Alright, so I don't want to bore you too much by just watching us paddle around on the water. But after reviewing the footage and listening to the different radios and how the voices are coming through them, I did notice that the voices that were coming through on my friend's paddles, so actually my wife's radio system and my friend's radio, were much clearer than mine. I believe that had to do with me using a wireless mic connected directly on top of the radio system. Although the majority of the time my radio is coming through fairly clearly with hearing their voices, there were some times that it come through more glitchy sounding. But when I was listening to the voice or the audio coming through the action cameras on their boards, it was coming through much clearer. So it's kind of hard to show that here in this video because the audio quality still from those action cameras without having an external mic was not the best, so I didn't include it. But I did notice by just listening closely to it that the audio coming from the radio systems though was much clearer with my voice coming through their radios versus their voices coming through on my radio. And like I said, I believe the interference with me using a wireless mic connected to my action camera right on top of this wireless radio system was having some interference with that. So If I were to go back out there again, I would definitely not include that, but obviously I wouldn't be able to really film it or record the audio for you guys. But that's just kind of me taking my 2 cents from this first round of testing radio out with my friends for the day and using my wireless mic connected to it. Other than that, it did work pretty well. We did test the actual range and distance of this radio system, and we did find that it can only really reach up to roughly around 100 meters. So really not the best range on it, and definitely did not get anywhere near the total range it said it could, or as I said is advertised as up to 600 meters. So in conclusion, there are a lot of things that I love about these new Talkie radios. I love how small and lightweight they are. I love how user-friendly they are and how easy they are to use. And I love just how versatile these things are and how you can mount them basically anywhere you want when you're paddling on the water. But even with all those pros, probably my biggest con against these little radio systems is that they don't really have the best range. And so even though they claim these radios can reach up to 600 meters, we definitely did not get anywhere near that distance. Now, it could have been our environments. We were near a cell tower, but these do use a unique signaling processor in them. They call it mesh intercom. And even that being said, though, for some reason where we were paddling at, we could not get past the 100-meter mark in terms of range. So if you are someone who needs a radio system that has a bigger range than that for further distance, these probably aren't the best fit for you. But if that doesn't matter to you and you only need a range around 100 meters with those you're with in the outdoors, these are great systems to consider for all the other pros I've talked about in today's video. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do want to learn more about these Talkie radios and pick some up for yourself, I encourage you guys to check them out at talkieweb.com, which is linked down below. Catch you guys in the next video.